What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some Age of Mythology Retold shenanigans here. I'm going to be going up against the legendary AI. I'm going to take you through an incredibly potent strategy with Isis. Now, a lot of the talk behind how Egyptian has changed is that, Egyptian can't really do a fast heroic anymore. I'm here to tell you, you're wrong. Fast heroic is possible. You just have to approach it from a little bit of a different angle. So I'm going to jump into this game. We're going to be taking on the legendary AI. This build is going to be great against that as well as against real people. So take this into the ladder if you want, and you can have some success with that. First things first, I'm just going to be jumping onto this wood line here. I'm going to hit that wood line twice to get myself just enough resources here for pickaxe. One thing you'll notice is that I am putting my wood into the granary here, and my wood did increase. So you'll note that that is a possibility. So long as the units are building a building, they they actually finish building a drop site. They can drop any resources into it, and that includes docks. I believe it also includes temples. It might even also include the farms. So there's lots of excitement there. We're going to be dropping a monument to the villages. I'm going to be dropping a mining camp here as well. Now, this build does work for Set as well as Ra. Going to be a little bit different for the two of them because they've got different bonuses, but you can do it for both of those gods and have success. The big difference is that Isis gets +5 population, so I skip a house here at the start for a little bit because I just want to get as much economic advantage as I possibly can here. All right, we're going to shoot all this over here, and now we're going to jump onto our gold over onto that side as well. And we're just looking for as much herdables as we possibly can here with this priest. We can't afford to drop obelisks here. Yeah, they only cost 5 gold, but every little bit counts. You probably could drop 1, but I'm just going to not for the time being. 1 or 2 actually probably can, but I'm going to not for the time being. You just have to also keep track of everything. I forgot to get myself pickaxe there. It's not going to slow me down too much, but it will slow me down on my temple here, which the timing does matter on this. You've got around about a window of, I would say, 10 seconds to ensure that that temple comes down. And if you miss that window, you're going to need to put 2 villagers on the temple. And every extra villager you put on a building will be costing you extra resources. And we want to have every little bit of resource possible for ourselves. Now, I'm taking a look here at this mine here, and when that gets to 2850, I'm going to be force dropping and then building a temple. And that's going to be allowing me to get what we need here. So there we go. And we're going to build a temple. So long as this temple starts before, I think it's 2:38 because it takes just over 50 seconds, 52 seconds to build, you're going to be okay to advance in time. Let's make sure that our villagers are on the right stuff here. I might even move over here and try and shoot this gazelle back in. And this gazelle over here as well could get sent back in. Oh, did I click on that correctly? I'm not sure. There we go. Let's send it back in. Fantastic. We're all good. And now we've got the temple down. The next thing we want to be doing is pre-queuing Flood of the Nile, and we can actually start building ourselves some of those upgrades there. So our temple will come in. We're going for a 4:30 advance time. This villager here is going to need to build some houses around our gold mine to make sure it's nice and safe. I'm just going to build a nice big house wall here. That way we block that in. And we're going to be advancing as soon as that temple finishes here. And we have the resources. And we're going to be going through Bast. We're also going to send our pharaoh over to our mining camp here. And we're going to be dropping ourselves a monument to soldiers with this other villager. That's also important. When we hit the classical age, we're going to be wanting to get ourselves another upgrade as well called Sacred Cats, as well as we're going to be dropping ourselves a villager center. These villagers on the food here are going to move over onto the chickens. The villager center here is going to go over onto the berries here. You can do it either way. If one's closer to the other, this is just going to be the least amount of walking time. So this is the advantage of having a villager center over going for a regular town center. It's literally the walking time reduction. That's what we're concerned with, so to speak. Now my opponent's hit the next stage. I want to bring my priest back just to make sure I'm going to defend against any early game myth unit harassment. That's going to be really, really important there. And as soon as we get close, I'm going to send these villagers over to berries with my pharaoh here, and we're going to attempt to build this town center in a spot right here. There we go. So town center coming up straight away. A couple of villages over here. We need to get ourselves an armory as well. Let's drop that onto this spot, and we're just going to get a little bit more, and we're also going to be getting ourselves that Sacred Cats upgrade. So Sacred Cats gives us an extra 5% farms, but also huntable, herdable, berry bush, plus 10%. It's very, very strong. You definitely want to be picking that one up. Our Sphinx, we can go and raid with this one, but I'm going to pretend like I'm not going to get any damage done onto my opponent with this, because I want to show off the timing and that it is going to be really, really strong. Okay, so now we are going to start dropping villages here. We don't want any walking time. We've got enough villages on gold to get us our gold income. We can put more there as well, but these villages are going to drop onto here. Our pharaoh comes around here as well, and we've got a good amount of income coming through here onto everything. If we wanted to kind of min-max this, it probably would be an idea to maybe send these villages instead of onto chickens, onto pigs here, and maybe you could also drop the villager center next to here, and you could have, actually probably not. You want to basically get as many villages garrisoning as you possibly, or working as you possibly can. Maybe I'm wrong about this, and these villages all need to come over onto gold. Feeling like we've got quite a bit of food here coming in, so we'll just sort that out. And we're looking to get ourselves basically the fastest possible 2 town center heroic age we can. I'm looking for around about 630 clicking advance here. The other thing is we want to be advancing through the villager center. This does not slow down your advance time, so it's still only going to take you 60 seconds to advance through this one. So we're going to send all our villagers onto gold here after we get the food to advance. And it's going to be really, really close here to get that advance through. You can see the food is just about there. We're about to get attacked here by these guys, though. I didn't wall in my base. Run into the tower. Okay, so we get the advance. So that's a very, very quick advance there as well. And we can defend here. And then we need to send everyone over onto different resources. So we'll just pick everything off and defend ourselves against this little attack here that our opponent is so very, very rudely doing onto us. And we're going to send everyone over, well, everyone. We're going to send a whole bunch of villagers over onto gold. And we're going to click prosperity. These villagers can come over here. And we can also pre-queue this, which is very important when we get that. And our wood villagers can come over here, and we're going to get a ton of gold out right now. I really don't need this many villagers on food at the moment, so we'll move that off. We do have a trickle of 1 food, so that's going to be perfectly fine for us. And what I might do here is I might send these villagers off because we got attacked, and this is something that's such a terrible attack. If a player does that to you, you're just going to laugh at them and enjoy your life. We're going to drop a Migdol stronghold right here, and we're going to start, well, when we get the wood, we're going to start getting what we can, and we're going to start just training villagers over onto wood at this moment here, and we're going to get another Migdol stronghold as soon as we possibly can out onto this position. So our opponent is attacking us here, and we're a little bit in trouble here. Let's just turn and fight this a little bit here. Let's get this Migdol up. And then we're going to garrison those villagers in. We did lose a little bit, but it's fine. We've got our stuff up here. And we're going to get another Migdol over on this spot. And we need to make sure this guy here is going to die. This guy's got some good damage done onto us, but we're completely fine at the moment. So we got the double stuff up, and we are good to go, I guess. We've got a lot of resources now in the bank. And we're going to get ourselves another Scorpion Man. Our second Migdol is up here. And now our gold mine is nice and safe. We're going to get ourselves a siege works. We're going to also get this upgrade here and hand axe as well. Let's just make sure that we are getting enough resources here. Okay, so now we can start getting ourselves chariot archers and scorpion men, and you can kind of tell that this build is adapted from from the Titans, and this is going to be basically a Chariot Archer Scorpion Men timing attack with Ancestors Eclipse. Now we've taken a lot of damage here thus far. My economic distribution is not the best at the moment either, so we're going to have to sort that out. But our resources will start coming in very, very quick. I'm dropping this market to buy some food here because we're having some problems because of how much pressure our opponents put onto us. Our AI opponent here. And we're just going to slowly get what we can out. Okay. And when we can afford ourselves siege towers, that'll be good as well. Let's get some priests in here as well to heal our army priest and also killing off the enemy myth units. He's definitely going to be building a whole bunch of stuff here. Now we just retreat back. We're going to focus down that Ursa. He just got to the heroic age through Bragi, right? But we're all good. Kill off everything we can here. And he's just running right underneath our Migdol strongholds, right? So he's just throwing away units, and this is completely fine for us. So we did end up losing our Pharaoh there. That's life. Now let's get ourselves this. And we're good to go. Let's keep building some units here. We've got a lot of villagers on food here, probably too much to be honest. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a whole bunch more villagers on wood. And when we can afford more Scorpion Men, let's get more Scorpion Men. And we're going to be ready to push really, really shortly here. Especially with like every different bit of army that we can. Let's get these guys going. Get another siege tower here. Oh, I did not mean to build that. That was an accident. Okay. So, you can kind of see... Oh, what is happening here? You can kind of see you really don't need that many villages on gold. So, mostly wood, mostly food, and then you just spam out all the Chariot Archers you can, and we're going to get going. I didn't build all my houses, so we're in a bit of a silly spot here. Just spam those out, and we're going to go for an attack. Even at this point here, this attack should be really, really strong. We found the villagers here. This is your aim, is to basically kill off as many of these as you possibly can. And he's going to be here, and we are just simply going to... we don't need to do this just yet. You kill off this guy. Let's get all of our myth units to be targeting down enemy myth units here. That's their best option. We are going to be attempting to take out this Migdol stronghold here. Ancestors Eclipse going to be dropping down as well. Make sure we target everything down here as best as we can. Kill off that hero. Anything with the glow we want to be killing. These villagers here can move over onto berries and onto hunts. Do I have a hero somewhere? Yeah. Okay, so one other thing you can do here is during Eclipse is you can put your Pharaoh onto your monument here, and you can get yourself a ton more economy or favor income, because it's multiplicative. That's the word, right? Multiplicative. So when you've got Eclipse, this is boosting your favor income by quite a significant amount. So you get even more favor by empowering your monument here with this Pharaoh. You can see it's going at 0.3, so it's really, really big. Okay, so our opponent is a little bit strong here for us, so we're just going to retreat back. We're going to get ourselves another one of these Scorpion Men as soon as we can. And we're going to start targeting down these guys here as best as we can here. Pick off these heroes. You can see this healing spring is causing us a lot of grief, to be honest. Fighting into a healing spring is generally not something I would recommend, but we're going to do it because we are that way inclined. Okay, so now that the Eclipse is kind of done, we're just going to send our units forward here. We're going to get ourselves Shaft Mine. We're going to start getting ourselves upgrades in our other thing here. Let's just finish off that troll. Just trying to get himself up another hill fort. Let's put a stop for that. We can look for raids here. And let's also get this upgrade there as well. He's making himself another battle boar, which I don't like. And we do manage to stop that hill fort from coming up. Pharaoh comes through to help us with that battle boar there as well. And what else do we need? I guess we can just keep on pumping units out. I want to get myself more gold income here. Let's come over onto this here. Sell some of this. Get myself siege towers. We've lost all of our siege towers, unfortunately. Where's my Pharaoh at? Kill off this. Yeah, let's come over here. And let's go for a little scout onto both ways. We're looking for any sort of gold we can take out. Oop. And I'm feeling like I'm in a very, very nice position right now. I might even get myself a market in that corner there as well. We might start moving villages forward to start getting even more pressure onto our opponent. He's going to continue to try and build this hill fort. We are going to not allow him. And we've also got the healing spring now, so we are very, very happy to sit on this spot. I heal this guy up. Right? I need to put these guys into different control groups, otherwise I keep bringing him back, hey. Okay, another upgrade would be worth grabbing here. Let's move over and grab this food. Let's put a market here and then maybe give you something to do afterwards. Now we go after the jugular here. I see on my map here, he's got some villages. We want to put a stop to that. We also want to put a stop to this guy here. A little bit of shoot and scoot. Oop, he's got a dude here. And we can also get ourselves an upgrade here and also think about getting... Let's give myself a little bit more resource here. And there we go. That's one town center down. Let's move over onto this town center here as well as we keep moving forward. Alright, more upgrades is always good. And if we can, let's get ourselves another Migdol on the front here to start pumping out something different. Maybe get some elephants out. You can see that we're just basically just rushing out chariot archers with this upgrade in the chariot archers, and this is like really going to be really strong. Any sort of mass archer with ballistics can be really difficult for an opponent to deal with, and that's the whole premise here of this strategy. And if your opponent sits back and booms, they're just letting you get this big ball of units with a huge amount of scorpion men. So they really do need to be trying to pressure you to kill off your stuff here. Let's get myself this upgrade. And we have actually won here, so there's not really anything that he can do to stop us at this point. But we're gonna just make sure we get that victory message there. Scorpion men find some villagers over here, fantastic. Go and kill those. Build this town center. As always, when you're ahead, get further ahead. So let's get some town centers. Bam. Over here as well, we can sell off a whole bunch of wood and just make sure we get all of our town centers in. I'm sure he'll resign at some point, right? Okay, there we go. So GG, this is going to be one of those strategies which I think is going to be very challenging to stop for quite some time here. You have to kind of understand when the timing hits as the defender, and then understand how to actually play around it. So it's very simple to execute. You just get you just get that villager center onto your berries. You get yourself that Sacred Cats technology, that Flood of the Nile technology. It really boosts that food income up significantly. And you make sure that gold comes up as well. 730 and 1.75 town centers is going to really make your timings hurt hard. So don't be going for one. If you're thinking about this from a different civilizations perspective as well, don't be going for like one town center fast heroics, because it's just you're going to be so far behind someone who just spends that extra minute to get that villager center out and has like a good build order. So when you're going for these builds and you're going for these strats and these timing attacks, you really want to be thinking, okay, what timing do I want to be hitting at? And I think that moment is going to be 10 minutes. Now against the legendary AI, he is going to suicide into you, so you will take some damage. So your timing is going to be set back against that legendary AI, but he's throwing away all his resources, so I'm happy with that. Against a human, they're going to see this second town center, this villager center going up in your base, and they're going to go, well, that's only 1.75 town centers, so I'm going to grab my settlement. That's the idea, right? So they're going to go for a settlement here, which is going to slow them down quite significantly because of all the villages they need to get over there to build it. That's resources lost in terms of walking time. And then they're going to gain those resources back by a certain point into the game. And I think that point in the game is going to be later than 10 minutes. So you've got all of that time to like really gear up and build that army up, and then you just go and kill them with that Ancestors Eclipse, with those Siege Towers, with those Chariots, with those Scorpion Men. Scorpion Men with Eclipse are a really, really strong unit. And don't forget, Pharaoh onto Monument during Eclipse is a great way to play, getting that extra favor income. It's a huge amount of favor income to be grabbing. It's a plus 100% plus with the Eclipse, so you're going up to 0.3 a second, which is over the course of the Eclipse does end up being a big deal. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.